Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Offshore Study. In this lecture, we will discuss question number 31 to 35 of Indian history section which have been asked in IAS Prelims 2020. Now look at the question number 31.
Now question number 31 is, with reference to the cultural history of India, which one of the following is the correct description of the term paramitas? In this question they talked about the term paramitas. Paramitas is actually a Buddhist term which means perfection. Before answering this question, let's look at the four statements they have given. First is it is the earliest Dharma Shastra text written in Afroasiatic style. No, it is not. Second is philosophical school that did not accept the authorities of Vedas. Obviously not related to this term. Third is perfections whose attainment led to the Bodhisattva path. Yes, here in the statement they talked about Bodhisattva path. Bodhisattva path is something like a path which leads to enlightenment of a person. So, what should be the points or what should be the attributes of an enlightened person? So, Paramitas talked about that. So, option C here is the right answer. Now, question number 32. In the context of Indian history, the Rakmabai case of 1884 revolved around. They have given three statements, and we have to tell which of these statements are related to this case. First is women's rights to gain education. Second is age of consent, and third is restoration of conjugal rights. If you see statement first, it is not related to this, and we can say that she was herself was very educated. So there was nothing like related to this case. So we can eliminate statement one. Second is age of consent. Yes, you can say that because her efforts with respect to this case leads to the enactment of Age of Consent Act 1891. So yes, this is related to this. Third is restitution of conjugal rights. It means demanding compensation due to marriage agreement. Yes, her husband was demanding the compensation, and in the end he has taken the compensation too. So this was also related to this case. So option B here is the right answer. Now look at the question number 33. Indigo cultivation in India declined by the beginning of 20th century because of. In this question they talked about two aspects. First is indigo cultivation in India, and second is in the beginning of 20th century. So what is the prominent factor which leads to the decline of indigo cultivation in India by the beginning of 20th century? Look at all the options one by one. First is peasants resistant to the oppressive conduct of planters. So who were the planters? Planters were British planters. And are they doing oppressive conducts for growing indigo in India? Yes, they were. And peasants were also resistant to these practices. Yes, there was a decline in the production, but not as much as it affects our export at that time. So this might be the answer, but look at other three options first of all. Second is its unprofitability in the world market because of new invention. Yes, this could be because in this beginning of 20th century there was invention of new synthetic dyes in Germany, which actually replaced the indigo dyes in European markets. Yes, so this should be the answer from my side. Look at other two options. Third is national leaders opposition to the cultivation of India. No, actually they were supporting, and they were against the oppressive practices of the British planters, and not to the cultivation of indigo. So we can negate this option. Fourth is government control over the planters. Yes, there was British government control over the planters to increase the production, not to decrease. So if you see all the four options, I think option B is the most prominent options to be the answer of this question. So according to me, option B here is the right answer. Now look at the question number 34. Wellesley established the Fort William College at Calcutta because in this question they talked about Lord Richard Wellesley, who was the Governor General of Bengal from 1798 to 1805, and they asked about why he established Fort William College at Calcutta and what was the motive behind, exact motive behind the establishment. First option is he was asked by the board of directors and London to do so. Board of directors here is with respect to East India Company. Obviously not. So we can negate first option. Second is he wanted to revive interest in Oriental learning in India. No, it is not related to Oriental learning in India. So we can also negate option B. Third is he wanted to provide William Carey and his associates with employment. Obviously not. There is nothing to do with it with respect to this option. And fourth option is he wanted to train British civilians for administration purposes in India. Yes, because at that moment of time there was the requirement of administrative personalities in British India for managing affairs of the company as well as the British government. So option D here is the right answer. Now look at the question number 35. With reference to the history of India, Ulgulan, which means the great tumult, is the description of which of the following events? Four events are given with respect to the modern Indian history, and we have to tell which of these events is associated with this term Ulgulan. First is revolt of 1857. If you have read, you might be aware it is not related to this. Second is the Mappila Rebellion of 1921, which is there in current affair. If you again read, it is not related to this. Third is the Indigo Revolt of 1859 to 60. No. And fourth is, which is the right option? Birsa Munda's Revolt of 1899 to 1900, which happened in the region of Ranchi. If you see current geographical location in an Indian map. Yes, and this term actually means and sought to establish Munda rule in that region and attain independence from the Britishers. So option D here is the right answer. In our next video lecture, we will discuss some more questions related to the Indian history section which have been asked in ICE Prelims 2020. And if you have any queries related to any question discussed in any of my lecture, you can do comment and ask me in comment box. Thank you very much guys for watching this video.